Hi everyone, Alan from Newlands Nursery. Welcome to today's 5-Minute Friday, and we have got a very timely one for you, and it's how to overwinter geraniums, or no, I should say pelargoniums. They're referred to as geraniums in the UK, so that's what we call them. So a lot of people might not know that these are perennial plants, and there's a lot of benefits to renewing them each year. It can be a lot easier, but they do overwinter, and if you've got a particular variety you really love, then I would overwinter them. One thing I would do is take a cutting from them. We've shown you that in videos before, so take a look back. So take a cutting from them, and then you can overwinter that cutting as well. But something like this is fairly easy to overwinter, just with a few simple tips. Probably the biggest one is don't overwater it. Keep them on the drier side, and it's something people struggle with. So taking a geranium through the winter, you really need to almost dry them out. So this compost here is getting close to sort of dusty. It's not dusty, it still clumps a little bit, and that's how you know there's a little bit of moisture in here, but we don't want it too wet. Another thing we can do is reduce the size of it, and that helps it go through the winter. Now your plants might be big on this, that doesn't really matter. So basically what we're doing is we're taking about a quarter of the plant off the top. So if I look at this plant, for example, I'm just going to reduce its height by about a quarter. Just taking any of the big stems off, any dead leaves as well, any dead flowers, which of course it's not going to flower from now until next spring, and leave it like that. What you can do as well is if there's any buds, you could take those off, but that's personal preference. The reason I say that is because obviously any buds will take any strength away from the plant. So I leave it like that, and the same goes for this fantastic variety as well. So I take any dead flowers off, like that, and I reduce the height by about a quarter. Often people say to us, do I have to measure it? Do I have to be exact? You definitely don't. When we talk about reducing a plant by about a quarter, that's exactly what we mean. It's about a quarter. If it's a bit less than that, that's fine. If it's a bit more than that, that's also fine. So you can see I've reduced it. I haven't taken much off it, but if your plant's bigger, so you're going to take a little bit more off it. Then take any dead leaves off, and it's as simple as that. Now, these will not take a frost. They'll go relatively cold, colder than you and I might be happy with, but they won't take a frost. And ideally, I'd like to keep them on a windowsill, in a heated greenhouse or a conservatory would be great. It doesn't have to be really hot, but certainly frost protected. They will come back into life and start growing actively again next spring, depending on the weather. That could be March sort of time, maybe April sort of time. That's the point where we start watering them like we would normally, give them good feed, maybe pot them up if necessary, and go from there. Simple as that. If you've got any questions at all, get in contact. We're here to help. See you soon.